Hello, everybody. So this is going to be the end of day markups for June 30th, the Friday, following my pre-London analysis, and we'll look at some price action right now. So over at Daily, we talked about this morning that it might come into this demand and move upwards or sort of react with these sell to buy wicks. What happened was that the price did not really go to the demand, but it pulled back into the daily supply over here, which was formed by liquidity sweep. So this was indeed a solid supply, and now we are in the premium of the range, and then from here I expect that the price will go further down into this demand. So let's look at 4H, what happened there. So this morning when I presented the charts, we had a 1 hour boss here. This is supposed to be a strong 1 hour high. Came down here, we had a 1 hour boss again, and this part here, once you have the 1 hour boss, and this is internal obviously because we're looking at a 4 hour chart, the 1 hour strong high, the swing high, internal swing high for 1 hour was here. And then it was the same place also for a 4H chalk. So the intention was if there's a 4H chalk, the price should pull back into some sort of a demand and move up. But I believe there was some high impact news pertaining to USD, US dollar, and then it just kept moving upwards. Looking at 1 hour chart, we had marked a number of zones this morning. So this is the 1 hour boss that I was talking about. It did break, it closed below, which means it was a solid boss, and this was the high, and also was the 4H chalk. This was the demand I was expecting, but this supply here was something of interest to me. So the price did pull up. This was the Asian range. It swept the Asian range, came down into this demand zone on the 1 hour. And I was looking for some sort of confirmation on 15-minute, and we'll go over that. But instead, price did not give me any entry here. Price moved up. I was looking for an entry confirmation over here. We had a good reaction, but it failed, and then the price kept moving upwards. My analysis this morning also was the fact that I was not really interested in this supply because it could be an inducement for this 1 hour supply on top. Again, like I said, was formed through liquidity sweep. Price did tap into there, and then at this point in time, we are having a reaction. So if you look at the leg, we're still in the premium of this leg, and looking for sells is completely valid. Moving into 15-minute chart, talking about how I was looking at entries. Like I said, this was the point of interest. This was the Asian range. I do not put any risk entries over here, so I avoid that. I was looking for some sort of an entry criteria. It did meet my entry plan, right? So this is something that you have to be careful. We had a chalk, right? And price did come back into this pivot candle of that push, the last candle of that push, and it very nicely rejected as expected from an entry model, and it kept moving upwards. So if you were able to capitalize on this move here, you had some very good gains, right? But the way I was looking at the markets was that yes, it did come into the zone. It met all my entry criteria over here. It had a chalk. It swept all the liquidity. But the fact of the matter is that it went into a 1 hour supply. So once it reaches that 1 hour supply, we don't know what's going to happen. Either it's going to turn around and go back downwards because it is a solid supply. It was formed by some sort of liquidity sweep. It was a swing structure, which was a strong structure. So we were trading pro. And then the chalk was up there. So I wasn't really willing to bet. I wanted to, if what happened was that the chalk was somewhere around here, price gave me a chalk, moved back into my demand, and then moved upwards, I'd be happy to take this trade. But because it went into that 1 hour supply, at this point, I don't know what's going to happen. It might pick up some orders and keep pushing downwards. So I didn't want to take that risk. So what happened was then I was looking for my entry over here. And nothing really happened. So when price moved in here, my chalk was all the way down here. I do not take any trades that at least don't have a chalk, right? So once I had that chalk, I would have waited for this new supply to be created, and I would have 100% been in this trade. But the price kept moving upwards, saved me from a loss because I waited for a chalk. The price kept creeping all the way. Again, this was the high impact news, and it just completely destroyed this demand zone over here and moved into the extreme, completely extreme. Now, at this point in time, we were coming towards the later half of the New York session. Given the 15-minute time frame, it is a fairly slow development, and the price doesn't move as fast as maybe a 5-minute or a 1 minute, or if you're into seconds. And my chalk was way back here. So at this point in time, when it was starting to retrace, there was no way price would retrace, go back up and go down. So today, all in all, a lot of action, a lot of movement because of the price, high impact news, but we were not able to capitalize, or at least I wasn't able to capitalize. There was one valid trade here, but again, it went into supply, and then anything could have happened here, right? So thank you. Hope this added some value to your trading knowledge. And then we'll catch up with you tomorrow with another pre-London analysis. You guys take care. Bye-bye now.